Welcome back to Newsday here on the Rise News. Thank you for staying with us. The Northern Sociopolitical and Cultural Organization, Arewa Consultative Forum on Thursday, suspended its chairman, Maman Osman, after he led the body to criticize the policies of President Bola Tinubu, saying that they had worsened the level of poverty among people from the region. The ACF, in a reported statement, had declared that the interest of the North would be best represented by Northerners themselves. Following that criticism, similar organizations like the Yoruba socio-political body Afeniferes and Ohaneze Ndigbo, which claims to represent the interest of Igbos, had thrown their weight behind Tinubu, insisting that his predecessor, Muhammadu Buhari, had laid the foundation for the hardship in Nigeria. A Rise News analyst, Dayo, Sobowale, joins us now to discuss this development, in addition to the need for geopolitical groups to avoid heating up the polity. Thank you so much for being here. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure being here.
Yeah, so let's talk about the internal dynamics that we're currently seeing. What does the ACF's suspension of its chairman really reveal about the internal divisions within its organization? Do you see it as an indicative of a broader crisis of unity in the northern political and socio-cultural leadership?
Well, I don't see what you are trying to imply. But what is obvious is that a leader of Arewa has derailed, and I've called him to order. I like that. But you see, it is not the first time that the northern leadership will arrogantly ascribe to itself the power, the authority, and the right to dictate what is best for the Nigerian nation. They say every cloud has a silver lining. I resent the attitude of thinking that the North, in quotes, the North is born to rule. I resent it. But that for once, they can call one of their own to order, shows that there's some light at the end of the tunnel for them to be more civil and more tolerant of the views of other sections of the nation. Let's start with that.
All right, Mr. Sobowale, well said. Now, I'm just wondering what you think the implications of this suspension are for inter-regional dialogue and political discourse, especially when you consider the current economic challenges facing northern Nigeria.
Beautiful question. You leave the economic challenges out of it. It was a beautiful question.
Today is a good day.
No, it's the way you have handled it. It's a beautiful day. Okay. But you see, Ohaneze has responded, Afeniferes, Labour Party, and for once, there is an unintended consequence of them seeming to support Tinubu, which under normal circumstances will not be the case. So that's why I said every cloud has a silver lining. You see, the North has ruled Nigeria more than any part of Nigeria, both in military uniform and in civilian politics. But what have they got to show for it? Nothing. You see, the North has the largest number of uneducated youths in the world. The North has the largest number of terrorist incursion from the Sahel than any part of Nigeria. And you see, it's pathetic. I will always go back. That the leadership of the North has not always been nonchalant about education. The first prime minister, the first premier of the North, they were primary school teachers. Mm-hmm. Their priority was education for the North to seemingly try and catch up with the South. You get me? You can say the South had the benefit of education because Western education came from the seas, and the South is nearer the seas. But the Arabic education too came from the Sahara, from the desert. And you have Islamic countries that are citadels of learning. Egypt, the whole of North Africa, they're Islamic. They compete with the best of Western education. But you see, I don't know, maybe it's the Sahara that filtered the quality of leadership or education that came to the northern part of ECOWAS. because that is where you have to talk political turbulence, Islamic terrorism, poor leadership, and poverty, the highest poverty rate in the world. In Nigeria, the North has the highest poverty rate, even though it has been in government more than. Whose fault is that? Is that the fault of the South? It's poor leadership. And for once, this leader who's been suspended is a senior advocate of Nigeria. For him to have jumped the gun and declared for the North that they will not support, and that will support only a northern candidate for 2027 election, is uncalled for. It's uncalled for. And he should know better. He should know better. Let's leave it at that for now.
Okay, Mr. Sobowale, so what does the ACF stance, juxtaposed with positions of groups like Afeniferes and Ohaneze, tell us about the role of regional organizations in shaping national politics? Some argue that statements like Usman's could further divide an already polarized Nigeria. So we're talking about how sociopolitical groups like this critique government policies without exacerbating regional or ethnic tensions.
It has done the opposite now. That's what I just said. It has created the unintended consequence of having the rest of these ethnic groups supporting Tinubu, even though they don't, you all complain about the policies. But this guy, just like this guy committed a foul, and all of them have given him a red card. So it seems, you see, don't let us underrate our political system or the sensitivities of our leaders. They know what is right, and they have called this guy to order. Arewa, they suspended him immediately. It's unlike northern leaders. They suspended, they are telling, don't put us in trouble. Don't denigrate us. Don't make others look at us as intolerant people. It's a welcome development. There's rivalry, which shows that what we have, the ethnic rivalry, is a healthy one. It is a healthy one. It's good for our political system. They say every cloud, I say it again, every cloud has its silver lining. The fact that he has said it has made others to come and call him to order and say that don't derail our system, don't overheat the system. But we are still here, we are monitoring. So it's a welcome development.
I like how you're emphatic on the healthy rivalry aspect. But to what extent do you think, if this is your opinion, to what extent should geopolitical organizations maintain neutrality versus providing critical oversight of government policies that affect their regions?
Beautiful. You see, if you look at the way they called this culprit now to order, they told him that Arewa is not a political party, that it is a conglomeration of various political interests, and he should not have taken a stand on their behalf, which is okay. You see, except Afeniferes, which was a political party. Ohaneze is not a political party. It's meant for, it's a sociological, unicultural group. Get me? Arewa too is an umbrella. You have APC, you have so many people there. And they have called him to order. You get me? So it means, see, while these organizations can promote geopolitical interests and disagree with the center, at the same time, they will not overstep their bounds in overheating the political system or causing political destabilization.
What about the future trajectory, Mr. Sobowale, with the ACF stance and its suspension of Usman? Where do you see the organization heading? Do you think that this in itself could signify a shift in its political strategy ahead of the 2027 elections?
Don't preempt them. They have put their house in order.
Yeah.
And they have told this guy, wait, look, stop that. You are not authorized to say that. It doesn't mean that at the end, they may not do what he is saying, or that they will do otherwise. But then, they have called him to order. There's still some sanity into the system. You get me? it's a pity. You are not, maybe I end up with this American experience. Okay, Trump is coming in now.
Yeah.
But he will be called to order in the midterm elections, not 4 years later. That's their own.
Yeah.
But this one, now, this guy is jumping the gun. And they have, this guy have not spent 2 years. You are already, and he's a senior advocate of Nigeria, which is unfortunate. You should know better. So let no one jump the gun. Let everybody play by the rules. And for once, let us commend Arewa for putting his house in order. Let's leave it at that.
Any predictions on how this might shape future incidents?
Cynthia, don't jump the gun. Let's wait and see.
Okay.
We are all here and watching.
All right.
Sam?
Sam.
Down. Thank you so much, Mr. Sobowale. We've, of course, enjoyed having you on a news day. That's our Rise News analyst, Dayo Sobowale.